Now what we're going to do is do a walkthrough of the Keyword Optimizer Pro 3 software. So it's very self-explanatory and pretty simple to use. What you want to do is you enter your main seed keyword that you want to be searching about, whatever niche or subject you need keywords for. You just put it over here on the left-hand side, and you can put one keyword per line. So let's say, for example, we put dog training, and we can select from different search volumes, so low, medium, and high. And then we select the search engines that we want to get the keywords from. And there are 6 available. There's Google, Bing, Yahoo, and then Amazon, eBay, as well as YouTube. If you want to select all of them at once, you just select all or deselect all. Click close. And then finally, all we need to do is just click the start button, and it'll automatically, you can go get those keywords from those sources. Now, I do want to explain how these keywords are actually generated and what these numbers mean. So if you take the word dog training and you go over to Google right now and just type in dog training, it'll give you these options right here. And that's exactly what just happened. I put dog training in there, and it got these suggestions, and it also went to bing.com. Dog training in there, it got these suggestions, and it automatically grabbed all of them and put them in there, and so they're not any duplicates. These are all uniques from those 6 sources. Now, if you go to Medium, it does one extra step more. So if I go Medium, let's just clear this out. Click Start. Now what it's doing, you can see down here, it's taking that seed keyword and it's appending each letter of the alphabet and extracting that data from each one of those sources. So in other words, if you put dog training in the letter A, it gets all of these, and then the letter B, C, D, so on and so forth. And if you do that through all those sources, those search engines, it's just extracting it. Now, what it's also doing, you can see these numbers. So what that number represents is the position. So when you put the letter A, the next most important word, according to Google, for me, is going to be this word here. So that will be position 1. And this will be 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 10. And that's what the position means, right? So then when this actual keyword arrives in this list, the software will keep the average position for where it arrives, and it keeps that number in here. Now, basically what it's doing, it's giving you an essence of how important that keyword is across all of those different sources. So this is a completely unique way of doing things. So if you sort by the position score, you're going to see the lower the number, which is the higher it shows up in this list. Think of it like running in a race. Number 1, you're going to win, right? So think number 1 is the best. So number 1 is the best. And then if you just keep track that this particular keyword, dog training for dummies, showed up number 1 spot for several different searches. When you put letters there, it would show up number 1 there. For Bing, on average, it was 3.5. On Yahoo, average, it was 4, so on and so forth. Then I created a special formula that just takes all these into account and creates a position score. So the lower these numbers all together across these sources, the more important this particular keyword is according to those sources. Again, the next most important word here is the one that shows up next according to this search result. Same with Bing. If you type in the letter A, the next important one according to this search engine is dog training at home. This one is dog training Abbotsford. Abbotsford is a local area here around my community. So anyhow, that's how you can extract the importance. And if you want to take this even further, if you go to the settings, you can set up your importance amongst these sources. So for example, I would say that Google is probably the most important. So I'm going to give that a 10. Bing, probably not as important. So let's say 8, and Yahoo, maybe less, 6. So this will actually alter, it automatically altered the scores for you here to update that information. It gives you more of a basically targeted way of really getting the keywords you really need in your business. So it's just a different way of looking at it. And what's nice is you can concentrate around different types of engines. So if you just want to look at just search engines or maybe e-commerce or just video, you can do that. So, for example, if I just clear all this out here, if I go and just select just e-commerce and I put just the word dog, maybe a type of toy or something like that. And now, so it's looking for dog toy stuff on eBay and Amazon and keeping track of the search engine auto suggest. So if you go to Amazon and then you start typing there, dog toy, letter A, you'll get all these different options. That's basically what's happening here. And we just quickly got almost 400 keywords that we could use that were more targeted to like e-commerce. So that's pretty cool. And we can sort by the position score. Another really cool option here is, let's just go for Google or Bing, Google and Bing, let's say, and we just click start. Get a bunch here. I'm just going to go ahead, and while it's running, you can see that it's in the running mode, and to get it out, to stop it from running, you click that stop button. That will stop its execution. So what I want to show here now is this extra column that says not extracted. Now what we can do, I put an option here so you can get the results found in Bing for each keyword. So for example, dog toys, put dog toys in Bing, click enter. You'll see there's 2.89 million results. So if we select the ones you want to get the results for right here, you can also select this little checkbox at the top and get different options. Select checks for all rows, unselect for all rows, so forth and so forth. Actually, for here, if you want to highlight some, you can hold down your control key and you can go select highlighted rows only, and we'll do that. So a few extra things. So if you go after you do that, you select the rows that you want to get the results for. You click get results, and it's going out to Bing, and it's grabbing that information directly from the search engine. And the way that it's doing this, if you go to help, open built-in web browser, there's actually a web browser built inside the software, and you can see this is where the results are coming from. The last one was 600,000 for that keyword. So you can actually see it in action here. If I just go select all and just click get results, you can see things going on here, grabbing the information from Microsoft, Bing. So if you want to stop this, click stop. So it's a good idea not to do huge amounts at a time, like 1,000 or something like that. Just select the ones that you want. I suggest sorting by position score. Then you can quickly filter anything you want in these columns by clicking that little search icon, and you'll get this little window that shows up. You can quickly just select some filters that you want. So you can go filter over 90, and then just those ones I can just get the Bing results. Of course, you do have to select the checkboxes. And it gives you a little idea of how long it's going to take, about 15 seconds to get all of these numbers. And so now what we're going to get is another really powerful piece of information. We basically know a kind of like the relative competition in one of the major search engines. I went with Bing because getting results from Google is extremely difficult, and they don't like it when you do that, or Bing is a lot more relaxed on that. So now we can see that there was only 375 results for dog toy Kong, dog toy patterns, chest, but now you get an idea of what you could do to try to pinpoint things that are not so saturated and already in the search engines, but still have a high demand within the position of the auto suggest drop downs from each keyword source. Another thing you can do here, let's just go down to the word dog, clear out the filters, clear out everything. So to clear out the filters, you click clear filters and clear the data in the grid, just hit the clear button. So what I want to do is talk about this keyword high volume. So I would use this not too much because it does take an extremely long time to extract. Now, what is it doing here? If you go to Google, what it's going to do, if you put dog, it appends 2 letters. So AA, and then it goes B, C, all the way up to the alphabet, and then it goes to B, A, and then B, C, and then kind of goes through all the letters. So you can imagine it takes a while, especially if you have more than one keyword over here. So I'm going to just select the 2 search engines so you can see what's going on. You can see down here AA, AB. So it has to do 677 searches before it even gets through this, and it's going to take about, looks like around 6.5 minutes, 6 minutes to get all the keywords. Of course, by doing this, you're going to get a massive amount of keywords, sometimes in the thousands. We're already almost at 500 keywords right now, just after a few seconds of just 2 keyword sources. So you do get a tremendous amount of keywords this way, but like I said, you don't want to use it too much. You don't want to abuse the search engines too much, sort of thing, but you'll get more than enough keywords you can use with that particular option. I usually leave it on medium. Another cool thing to do here, let's say you really want to dig into different dog products or something like that. One thing you can do is keep it on medium. Let's go ahead and just select, I will just stick Google and Bing for now. And what we can do is we can get a bunch of keywords, and we can right click and we can send all of these keywords into here. So now we can do another search on all of these. Obviously, if you have it on medium, that's going to take a lifetime to do. But what we could do, something that's really neat, let's clear this all out and go just to the low volume. And now let's just stick in, let's say dog toy, and go start. It gets those, and let's go right click and let's add all of those into here, and let's do it one more time. So clear that, and now just click start and do it again. It's getting all the main keywords from each of these main keywords. So it's kind of like, it's a different way of doing it. Now you're going to get all these cool different ideas. Now we can search by position score here, dog toys, and you come up with different ideas you probably wouldn't have thought of. Dog toy binky, I have no idea what that is. And if you don't know what that is, you could right click, search web, and go to Google. Oops, we got to select the column there first. And that's what a binky is. So it looks like a soother of some sort, I guess. Interesting. But maybe you wouldn't have found that unless you did something like this. So this just gives you another way of really figuring things out. Another way to do it is you could clear this out and just put dog, go medium. And so let it go through the alphabet. Just append all the letters to the word dog. That will take about 10 seconds here. Then we want to do the same thing. We want to right click and add those all to the seed, and then go back down to low. And now let's clear that out. And let's use those and get all the keywords on the low setting. So it will take about 3.5, 4 minutes to do that, but we will get some really interesting keywords that we couldn't have done just by using these other features. So there's just another way of getting some keywords that you would never really have thought of. All right, I just stopped the execution there. It was, I think it went through about 100 of these keywords, and so I got 1,376. So now we can really pinpoint some interesting things we could find in here. I mean, we could see right here, you know, doghouse plans, free. Maybe that's a whole niche that you could get into. But eating poop on walks, maybe there's a product that will prevent that. Maybe like some sort of muzzle or something. I don't know, just kind of thought of that out of my head. Yeah, there's a lot of different unique ideas that you would have never thought of by doing it in this method. Now, once you're all done with your keyword research and stuff, you do have a bunch of options here. You could do filters. You can do custom filters. They're very simple. You just select the column you want to filter on. For example, keyword, compare type, contains the word, I don't know, collar or something. Then you click apply. I guess I probably spelt it wrong, to be honest. Try something different there. Let's say keyword contains, let's say training. It'll filter everything out and show what's in there. So that's cool. You can also do, you know, like add position score greater than, let's say, you know, 54. Apply. So you can use custom filters. You can also save your custom filters to file if you'd like. So if you just save them like that, and then if you clear filters, can open up your filter file. Comes in here and you can apply it. That's pretty cool. You can also right click and you get access to filters here. You can actually load a filter file directly from the right click and it'll automatically apply it. So that's just a cool little feature we've added. And when you're done with all your keywords and you want to save them, there's a whole bunch of ways to do it. You can select them this way. So if you use your left mouse button and then hold down the shift key on your keyboard and then click again, you can select a bunch, and then all you have to do is Control C on your keyboard, and then you can just paste it wherever you want with a Control V, for example, in a notepad. Obviously, if you hit File, you get a whole bunch of options here. You can save the file to a project file. The project files can only be opened by this software. So project 1. Then if you clear, you can open up that project file like so. You can also save to comma delimited file or text file, or you can just save only the keywords to comma delimited file or a text file. You can also have copy all keywords. You can copy selected keywords or highlighted keywords. So selected keywords are the ones that have the checkbox selected. Highlighted is when they're highlighted like so. So I'm just holding down the Control key as I click. It doesn't matter where you click on the row. You can click on the rows over here if you want. It doesn't matter. It'll just select the corresponding keyword there. So if you go File, actually the copy you see right here is also under the copy button. So you can copy highlighted like that, and it will copy the highlighted ones. So a few different ways to get your keywords really quickly. It's quite simple. Let's go ahead and take a look at those keywords we saved. So one way to get there really quickly, if you click on File, open last working folder. That's really handy. And this is where we just saved those files. So now we can quickly see the data in the files. So we saved it, all the data like that. But if we just saved just the keywords, of course, it will look like this with just the keywords in it. So now you've got all the data in whatever format you wish. Another real cool option we've integrated here, if you just select a maximum of 5, you only do 5 at a time, you can right click and go Google Trends, and it'll take all of those 5 and go directly to Google Trends, so you can quickly see the trends on those 5 keywords according to Google Trends. So we didn't want to do more than 5 at a time, or else you'd start to abuse this tool. So make sure you don't do all of them. It'll only do a maximum of the first 5 that are clicked. So if you do more like that, it's only going to take the first 5 that it finds. Of course, you can just do 1 at a time and see how that is. That didn't come up with anything. How about this? Now you get a sense of how popular that, or the interest over time that keyword is. So that's obviously a very powerful feature. And now you got an idea of comparing which ones are more important. You can always sort by the position score and then go ahead and see which ones are most important as according to Google over interest over time. So this one seems to be the best. Dog training collar with remote. So that might be something to continue researching. Maybe that'd be a full long-term keyword that you could rank for videos, websites, and promote affiliate products that are to do with training collars with a remote. So that is a whole area to research, but that's how you'd use the software in order to find these keywords. So that's a full walkthrough of the software and how to use it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.